Today, I want to discuss a recent incident that has garnered widespread attention. The intense exchange between former President Donald Trump and CNN reporter Caitlin Collins during a White House press briefing. Critics are analyzing this confrontation not just as a simple journalistic clash, but as a reflection of deeper political undercurrents, particularly surrounding the controversial Epstein case and its possible implications for Trump's career. First, let's set the scene. During the briefing, Collins pressed Trump on sensitive topics, including the Epstein files, documents that have long been shrouded in secrecy and controversy. Critics note that Trump's responses appeared defensive and confrontational, especially when questioned about his knowledge of Epstein and the allegations linking him to the financiers scandal. Many political analysts are saying that Trump's fiery reaction, calling Collins the worst reporter and accusing her of dishonesty, was not merely about journalistic integrity. Instead, it signals an attempt to deflect attention from the Epstein case, which has been a thorn in his side for years. The Epstein files, which include testimonies and evidence of high-profile figures involved in illicit activities, have the potential to reshape narratives and political alliances. Some critics argue that Trump's aggressive stance during the exchange was strategic. By attacking the media and dismissing questions about Epstein, he's attempting to control the narrative and prevent damaging revelations from gaining traction. They point out that Trump has historically deflected questions about Epstein, suggesting that there are sensitive connections or knowledge that he prefers to keep under wraps.
Yeah, what do you want?
On the Epstein files, you talked about Democrats who were in there. Elon Musk was also in there, and so was your Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick and correspondence that he had with him. Did you read those new files that were published by the Department of Justice?
I didn't. I have a lot of things I'm doing, a lot of things I'm doing. I don't know. You mentioned two names. I'm sure they're fine. Otherwise, it would have been major headlines.
A lot of women who are survivors of Epstein's are unhappy with those redactions that came out. Some of them, entire witness interviews are totally blacked out. Do you think that they should be more transparent?
The fact that they thought they released too much. I heard that, and you tell me something else. No, I think it's really time for the country to get onto something else. Really, now that nothing came out about me, other than it was a conspiracy against me, literally, by Epstein and other people. But I think it's time now for the country to maybe get onto something else.
What would you say to people who feel like they haven't gotten justice, Mr. President?
Something that people care about. Yeah, what did you say? Go ahead.
What would you say to the survivors who feel like they haven't gotten
justice? You are the
justice?
worst reporter. No wonder CNN has no ratings because of people like you. She's a young woman. I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a smile in your face. You know why? You know why you're not smiling? Because you know you're not telling the truth, and you're a very dishonest organization, and they should be ashamed of you.
Many believe that the Epstein case is a litmus test for Trump's political resilience. If new documents or revelations come to light implicating him or his close associates, it could significantly impact his standing with voters. Some worry that the controversy could erode support among moderates and independents, especially those concerned with accountability and justice for Epstein's victims. However, supporters argue that Trump's combative response underscores his commitment to fighting what he perceives as biased media attacks. They see his refusal to back down as a sign of strength, positioning him as a victim of a political witch hunt. They believe that, despite the controversy, Trump's base remains loyal, and that his focus on economic achievements and national security will overshadow these scandals. Critics also highlight that the Epstein files may have wider implications beyond Trump. Several high-profile Democrats and influential figures have been linked to Epstein, and some of these connections are coming under scrutiny. The possibility that certain political players could be involved or have knowledge of Epstein's activities raises questions about corruption and abuse of power at the highest levels. So, what does this mean for Trump's political career? Opinions are divided. Some experts say that if damaging evidence emerges, it could be a political death blow, especially with the increasing demand for transparency and justice. Others believe that Trump's resilient base and his narrative of fighting against the deep state will enable him to weather the storm, framing the Epstein controversy as part of a broader attempt to undermine his presidency. In conclusion, the heated exchange at the White House, viewed through the lens of critics, is more than just a clash of personalities. It reflects underlying tensions surrounding the Epstein case and the broader struggle over political narratives.
Speaking of Epstein, I will say this. A reporter named Wolf and Epstein conspired. This just came out yesterday in the millions of pages of documents, how crazy this is. Conspired against me in order to fight like hell to make sure I lose the election. That's the only thing that was mentioned about me. Now, about Democrats, some really bad stuff. But about me, that Wolf, whoever Wolf is, he wrote a couple of books, and Epstein conspired against me. Did you know that, Mr. Senator?
I did know that.
They conspired against me, so I
read
lose
it.
the
I didn't know
election.
it before
Or worse.
Before it was reported.
So that takes care of Epstein as far as Trump is concerned. But you got a lot of Democrats out there that are very much involved with Epstein. But I'll be honest with you, you got to get back to running the country too. Millions and millions every week. You know, when Epstein was alive, nobody cared about him. When he's dead, they care about him. But it's really a Democrat problem. It's not a Republican, it's a Democrat problem. The only problem Republicans have is that we have to get back to, number one, running our country, and then number two, very importantly, letting the public know what a great job we're doing. We have the greatest economy in the history of the world. We have $18 trillion being spent. The record was $3 trillion many years ago, not by us, by another country. I won't say the country.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more news on politics and entertainment.